Bam. All right, so we're live, is recording. And let me share my screen again. So this will be just so we can actually have it. And once we're done with the call, I'll just send you guys the link. And if you guys want to refer back to it, you guys have it. So let's go ahead and share my screen.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. So we're right here. Awesome. So this is pretty much the ad copy pretty much template, we can kind of call it, that I actually, bullet points that I actually like to use when I'm creating my ad copy. Now, this does not necessarily mean that they all have to be put in this particular order. Absolutely not. They are just here. Well, this one, yeah. This one is call out your audience. And what I mean by that is pretty much saying not only just starting off your ad as just kind of like a very generic, but if you call out your audience, they relate with it right away. So you will see, like when I'll be showing you guys how to create your ads, I'm sure you guys have seen where it actually shows interest, right? What kind of interest do you want to target? That's exactly what you should be doing. Like if you're targeting, for example, skydivers, right? Or golfers, let's just say, you can just literally call, like small little example, right? You can call them out by just simply having, now that was a tricky example. Like, hey, instead of falling from the sky, what do you say you actually watch here and pay attention for a second, right? Just small little example, right? If you have a picture of a sky, I'm not saying to target skydivers. That's just kind of like a broad example, but small little thing, right? If you're targeting like a specific town or city, another example, that will be more like when we'll be going more towards like the targeted audience, when you know, like, for example, if Florida is you're getting more leads up in Florida, right? For example, then at that point you can just pretty much call them out or whatever. But that's just kind of like very, very simple, right? Story. Now, as far as the story, remember, Matthew, when I actually corrected your ad copy, how I told you that, like, if you're telling your personal story, it relates so much more with your audience, right? Because at that point, people don't like to hear other people telling them what to do, right? Like, for example, if somebody says like, hey, are you actually in financial difficulties? Would you like to learn more how to actually learn how to earn an extra stream of income? I'm telling someone how to actually do that, and they don't really relate to it. But if you actually change it up and say, hey, you want to hear something crazy? Up to 2 months ago, I was thinking what the heck I was going to do with my life, until I actually stumbled upon an ad that allowed me to really learn a real way to learn how to earn an extra stream of income online. That catches people's attention because they're like, wow, let me learn more and see how the heck he did it, right? You're telling your story. Now, now, I have it over here. This one is part of the last one, but be honest, be entertaining, and be human most of all. You don't need to, like, a lot of people, they don't realize this. This is why we teach everybody like the right way to actually write copywriting, right? Because I'm sure you guys have seen certain ads online from whoever it is, right? Where they're like trying to catch your attention with, oh, I'm making this much and here and there and whatever. I'm in a Lambo, and maybe they just rented that Lambo or whatever. Just be authentic, be you. You are in a journey, and people will get inspired by the path that you're actually going along. You see what I mean? So it's really important that you are you. Like Matthew, I really, 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 really like that go live. I actually sent the link, and Chino saw it too. That go live that you did, dude. You could, like, even something like that. You could definitely like even use it as an ad, small little example. Now, I'm not saying to use that one in particular, but it's just something that at the moment that you're actually telling your story, you told your story. You were saying like, I'm still working, I'm a plumber, but I decided to actually learn how to actually earn an extra stream of income online. And now I actually joined the CEO movement, and I'm always consistently learning more. That's an ad right there, because look what you did. You told your story. Credibility, you like I just said it. I joined the CEO movement, right? The community of entrepreneurs where I'm aligned with 1,500 like-minded people. That's the credibility right there. The CEO movement has been going on for 2 years. That's the credibility right there. Testimonials, right? We got so many testimonials of job quitters. That's credibility right there, right? And your goal, you can actually even say like, my goal is for the next 3 months to literally completely quit my job, right? Small little example, but that's just something like, what is your goal for the next 90 days, right?
To be 4A.
There you go. There you go. Absolutely. Now, one thing, now I'm glad that you mentioned that. one thing that you want to do, because people will not understand that. Like if you were to say that on your fan page, people don't know about Enagic. They don't know about 4A or what that means. That's your personal goal and what we're striving for, right? I'm trying to actually allow you guys to reach 4A. I really want you guys to reach 4As. That's why I'm literally going to give my all, like everything to you guys so that you guys can actually achieve that, right? Now, one thing that I can say on your fan pages and stuff like that, you don't want to put anything about Enagic or anything towards that. Reason being is because people will get confused, right? You are building your online business. Enagic is the company that we're working with. Now, at the moment that you're actually sharing your lifestyle, your entrepreneurial journey, that's what the CEO movement is, right? It's allowing you to get there. The products and Enagic is the company that actually pays you the commission. So that's why it's really important. And I'm really, really glad that you brought that up. Now, I'm not saying you can't talk about it at all. Absolutely not. If you're in contact with leads and leads actually want to learn more, than that, when you contact me, right, and we'll get on either a 3-way call or I'll help you guys actually pretty much help them and guide them to actually join. But with that said, the awesome thing, right? Awesome thing is the CEO movement joining, right? But most of all is what you have to offer, right? Now, that is the web class most of all. The awesome thing is pretty much getting access to the web class. Your duty is not much to, excuse me, it's not much to close the sale. Absolutely not, because we take care of that on the web class. Now, I really want to emphasize on this because at the moment that you take that weight off of your shoulders, you'll realize that all you have to do with your ads is pretty much guide them to sign up for the web class. That's it. Because then the follow-up and all that we do takes care of all the rest, right? So that's why I think I mentioned this to you, Matthew, when I created that video for you for your ad copy, that it doesn't necessarily have to be a long copy. Reason being is because when you see somebody actually having a long copy, I'm sure that you guys know who Tai Lopez is, right? Absolutely. That guy is freaking all over the place with his products and services. He always has long-ass copies on his ads. You guys have noticed that, right? Reason being is because he's selling a $1,000 course, right? So there's a lot of emotion in there. There has to be a lot of emotion because for somebody to act, let me say it like this: the value of what people are gonna buy has to be equivalent to the emotions written on that ad copy. So $1,000 worth of a product, you have to like really sell them already on the ad copy itself, right? That's a lot of money. But as far as what you guys have to do, right, is not selling them $1,000 product. It's not even selling them $99 product, right, which is the actual CEO movement members area. Absolutely not. All that your copy is doing is sharing that emotional level, right, of the story, of credibility, of the awesome thing to guide them to sign up for the web class. That's it. So you don't need that huge ad copy. Me, I like to work with something medium or even small. That's it. That's what I like to actually do because I go straight to the fact, and I'll show you guys an example. I have it here on that other page, right? But that's pretty much all that it is. So call out your audience, right? For example, one that worked really well, I can actually give you guys this example. I have the ad copy right here. What I mean by call out your audience, right, is this one right here. This one is still supposed to be up here, I believe. And I wanted to actually divide it. Okay, so bam. Let me do this, and let's divide this one right here because these are two examples that I want to share with you guys, right? This one right here. So let me see if I can zoom in. No, I can't. All right. So we are currently seeking to mentor and coach men and women. This is a call out, right? You're calling out your audience because you're targeting men and women on this particular ad, right? And saying age 21 to 40, only to radically transform their financial futures. Now, this one is one that worked extremely well. You're calling out because over here, as you can see, you're calling out your audience, right? You're calling out your audience. Now, there is not much of storytelling here, very little, because you're straight to the point, right? The credibility. we will reveal the 90% done for you system, right? And this is the credibility and awesome thing together pretty much, right? So the credibility is that we are already going to be revealing a 90% done for you system, right? Done for you system that they created. Now, of course, this one had an actual image over here, but anyways, that they created and use every day to create dramatic time and money freedom, right? While traveling the world and automating their entire business, right? Now, that's the thing. Where can they get it, right? Follow the link. Bam. Even up here, that was the same thing. Follow the link to secure your spot, right, to our online web class. Now, you can see over here. Now, it does go aligned. So you can actually see over here. This one is, there's a perfect example. I'm really, really glad that I actually have this right here like this. So pretty much you can see, awesome. So this headline, right? Call out your audience, pretty much, right? Now you can see that it jumps down to where can they get it? The link is right there, right? So it doesn't necessarily have to be like bam, 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 bam. Absolutely not. These are the bullet points that you want to have in your ad copy, right? But that at that point, like, I'm not saying that at the moment that you follow this, it will be 100% like working 1000% of the time. No, I'm just saying that at the moment that you use this, that you have these bullet points added in your ad copy, it will definitely dramatically increase the likelihood of people actually clicking and wanting to actually join the web class. You see what I mean? So it's really, really important. So with that said, where were we? Why do they need it? You'll see it mostly like up here, because this one is more like the actual, all of these. It's kind of like what I meant of, this is like a short one that I like to use, and this is like a medium one. So you can see that it's not even too big, right? You're just kind of like pretty much having like these two that are small, and this one kind of like a medium size, I like to call it. So there's not too much of a scroll, right? Because when people click of read more or learn more, right? If it gets like way too crazy long, many people, they just kind of like look like, oh man, I don't want to read all that, right? They just kind of like scroll way past it, right? It happens. So that's why I like to work with something small or medium size, right? Why do they need it? I'll show you in a second. Now, this one is not much of kind of like a bullet point to actually put in there, but it's mostly something as a reminder, right? Attraction. Attraction comes when you are being honest, when you are entertaining, right? Of course, not like too much humor into it, but sometimes like something that can actually just entertain them real quick, right? But being human, most of all, being you, being authentic, that's like the most important thing that honestly I've seen the best results in, right? So with that said, I can actually show you guys this quick one, right? This one I tested it out with different ones that I've actually had as a headline, but I can actually show you like what this is. This is kind of like the headline right here real quick, right? This is an opportunity to learn the best kept secret of the 21st century at no cost, right? So already that headline is already kind of like, in a way, yes, calling out your audience, because you're pretty much seeking those that are looking for an opportunity, right? And you will have that like even on the interest as far like who you are looking for, right? Now you have over here your where can they get it, right? I like to actually have this one right up front, because at the moment that you have your ad and the ad copy, you will see that pretty much you might have this all covered, right? Where it shows facts for the skeptics, right? And over here, it'll say like read more, right? Now, I strategically created this for that purpose because it catches their curiosity, right? Because I want them to click that read more button, right? So at the moment that I have this is an opportunity to learn the best kept secret of the 21st century at no cost. They're like, oh, wow, really at no cost? They have that right here. So there's a lot of background noise. They're doing some work over there on the other side. Let me see if I can actually put my headset on. That's a lot more noise than I expected today. Sorry about that, guys. Can you guys hear me?
Loud and clear.
Awesome. So does that cancel the background noise a little bit?
Yeah, a lot.
Awesome. Yeah, because that got pretty crazy pretty quickly, because it's literally like right in front over there. Anyways, they're cutting down trees and all that stuff. it's getting towards the winter, but over here in San Antonio, it's always summer pretty much. So yeah, they're doing all that work. But
You're
anyway,
lucky in Florida, we're battling a hurricane.
oh shit, dude, that's true, man. I always forget that you guys are in Florida. I always keep in mind like you guys are in New York. I don't know why, but yeah, man, definitely want to be safe over there out there because it's getting pretty crazy.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So right now, let's go back over here to where was I? All right, here, perfect. I strategically kind of created this one so that it shows what needs to be shown, right? So that at the moment that it has over here, like read more or learn more or whatever it has on the bottom, right? This already catches their attention because it says this is an opportunity to learn the best kept secret of the 21st century at no cost. So they're like, the best kept secret at no cost. How can I get access to it? Bam, there's the link right up front, because you're going to have people that are immediate action taker and people that need to learn more, right? That's where you give them more information to those that need to learn more. But for those that are immediate action taker, they want to have like access right away. So that's why you want to make sure that your link is shown on the top before they click read more, right? But for those that need to read more, I actually put facts for the skeptics. And that's going to catch their attention too, because like facts for the skeptic, what the heck do you mean facts for the skeptics? Let me take a look of what it is, right? And at this point, I just simply put network marketing companies pay their distributors an average 40% of that. I got to edit this a little bit better because there was a longer copy. I kind of like created this like real quickly of $178 billion, right? Let me see if I can actually find the original one. Let me do this. Let me go over here. These are my ads. Let me go on my page post. So this is where you can actually go to find all of your ads that are created, that were previously created. So this is it right here. I believe it was one of these, because I did a lot of split testing. Split testing is definitely key, right? So let's see here. Yeah, here it is. All right, perfect. So right, bam. So this was the original one. All right, perfect. This is it right here. So this is just kind of like a medium size kind of ad at this point, ad copy, right? So as you can see, it does have that headline. This is an opportunity to learn the best kept secret of the 21st century at no cost, right? This is not it, because this is the one that I actually used to see. I split tested with the button and without. So this is one that I tested just with send message, right? Let me see if I can find the one. How about that, guys? Let's find the one that actually, I believe it's this one. This has to be the one. Yes. All right. Perfect. There it is right here. That's why I didn't have the link on top, because that one I was actually keeping for to test out if I would just have people to just kind of like message, right? Or to actually have the link. You guys can see that by having the link definitely is a lot better. So this is it right here. As I showed you guys, right? This will pretty much, this is the ad that they will have to click play, but this one automatically plays when people actually are scrolling. But this is what I mentioned to you guys previously, right? So there's an opportunity to learn the best kept secret of the 21st century at no cost. The link is immediately shown. So the action takers, bam, they're able to click. It brings them directly to the capture page. The capture page opens and they're able to right away, right, put in their name and email, bam, 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 and get started. You guys will have the same thing. But for those that need to learn more, right, facts for the skeptics. I tested out an emoji over there, right? If you were to combine all of network marketing, let me do like this. So this one is right here. Bam. Bam. All right, perfect. So that one is right there. Right now, let's just do like this so you guys will see. All right, call out your audience. And so I did, right? Story. Now we're going to go on story. This is an example that I will show you guys. You guys can definitely use this, right? A story. This is the story itself, right? If you were to combine all of the network marketing companies' yearly revenue, it would equal to over $178 billion. Now, these are not just numbers. I actually did research on this. These are the actual legit numbers worldwide, right? To give you some perspective on that, think of this, right? Yearly revenue of the NFL. I did like research. This is the actual thing. $13 billion, right? The music industry, $15 billion. The movie industry, $38 billion, right? And to actually think that network marketing, like 178, it's like, man, just that alone, it's like all of these together and much, much more, right? It's already kind of like blowing their mind, like, what, for real? So with that said, now, right, just kind of like have a breaker. I just kind of call that, right? Now, network marketing companies pay their distributors an average 40% of that $178 billion. Let's put that in perspective, right? That's over $71 billion per year, $6 billion monthly, and about $200 million each and every day. Story. You guys can actually see, right? And network marketers across the globe are making some serious cash that they are using to pay off their debts, right? This is why do they need it, right? Student loans, mortgages, and to live their lives freely. Now, this goes down to why do they need it, right? So you can actually see how it kind of like jumps from one to another, right? But that's already kind of like, because I'm using storytelling here. But with the storytelling, they're painting a picture in their mind like, that could be me. You see what I mean? So that's why storytelling is that much more important, because if I were to actually think of this, what if I were to actually write over here, if you were to, network marketers are making $178 billion and you can do the same. All you have to do is just click the link and you will learn more and see how you can actually take advantage of it immediately. Just click. That's just like super, you know what I mean? It's annoying even to read. Okay. Some of them work if you use them correctly. I am gonna say that. But if you go too much with like, you should take advantage of this, you should do this, you should do this immediately, it becomes like, why do I need it, right? But at the moment that you're telling a story and then you're actually telling facts of why it could be beneficial for them, they relate with it. They think of like, wow, I can actually already see myself in that situation, right? Then over here, with that being said, if you want to learn more, this is how can they get it, right? Where is it? Why do they need it? Where can they get it, right? The awesome thing. Now we're going to cover the awesome thing as well. With that being said, if you want to learn the skill set needed to sustain yourself in this industry, then join our online web class so you can see for yourself why so many people are making the transition into entrepreneurship. So I've already told them the story. I've already sold them to the idea that this could be possible for them as well. I've already showed them how, like, this is something that this is the best kept secret, because if you think about it, like, this is something that not a lot of people actually know, right? That the actual network marketing industry is paying that much more than the movie industry, music industry, NFL, right? So the moment that you already make that a possibility for them, when you ask them to join the web class, it's a no-brainer. For them, it's like, heck yeah, I'm going to join because I want to be a part of it too. And you see how simple it is? The ad copy, it's not that he used any kind of who knows what kind of terms or what kind of language or whatever. I just simply just found facts and shared it with them. Now, with that said, of course, over here, and how you can too, making it entertaining, right? A small little smiley face. That's what I mean by entertaining. It doesn't have to be like jokes or who knows what. Absolutely not, because you're looking to serve them by giving them a service of actually coming to join the web class so they can use that, right? So it's just like small little entertainment that kind of makes it human. Like, that it's not just kind of like a bot, just kind of like creating an ad and sending it out there, right? And how you can too. Call to action. You want to have these, like, where you feel that you know that they should take action or they could take action, add it. But don't put one here, put one here, put one here, put one here, because if there's too many links, it looks super spammy. And it's ugly, right? Just kind of organize it so it looks sexy. I'll just say that term because that's the reality. You're pretty much you're calling out your audience, call to action. Story. Now, it doesn't even have to be too long, but story. If it's all connected, great, let it run. And then call to action, right? But if I had like something over here that the story would end over here and I would have like a call to action there, I would have put it there too, but there was no need, right? At the end, you want to put another one right at the end. Reason being is because the last sentence, you want it to be appealing, right? Reason being is because, has it ever happened to you guys that if you click read more and it's like, oh man, this is a bit too much to read, for some people, this could be too much to read, right? They just get annoyed by it and they scroll to the end. And it's like, oh, let me just see what the last sentence is. This is your chance. We could show you your path to success. All you have to do is walk through the door. You read that and you're like, wait, what? Let me take a look at this. You know what I mean? It'll make you want to actually go back up and read more because you're like, what the heck? What am I missing? You see what I mean? So you want that last sentence to be like super appealing, but super simple so that it brings people to actually read the beginning of the sentence, and bam, your call to action again, right? So super, super simple, pretty much. Do you guys have any questions in the meantime with what I just shared over here?
No, that makes sense. I believe that's the same ad that got me in.
It could. This one, no, because I maybe because this one
With Project Q1.
Yeah, it was some. Oh, you know
it was
what?
Something similar to this. It looked similar.
Yeah, definitely. This is something very similar because this is when I was back in Phuoc Island. So absolutely. It wasn't the same video because this one I created this one in I believe in the beginning of June. And this is the thing, guys. Matthew, for you as well. When you find that winning ad, you have it and you could run it for freaking ever. You know what I mean? And reason being is because very important right now. This is why you don't want to add an actual date. You don't want to add an actual like year. You guys can actually see over here. I didn't put the best kept secret of 2018, but I put the best kept secret of the 21st century. Because if I were to put 2018, right, I couldn't run this anymore at 2019 if I wanted to, right? I actually have the original one. I can't find it right now because I did post it on my fan page, right? But that one, I had it running from the beginning of June, July, August, until the end of August, right? For 3 months straight. I actually had 200 comments on that one. I had like something about ridiculous, like 115 shares, and that's free organic traffic, right? So that's freaking epic, right? So that's the thing. When you run it once, it could go on forever, right? I had an ad that was actually running for like 6 months straight, and I didn't even have to do anything to it. This is why in the beginning, you guys are looking for your winning ad. Once you find your winning ad, you want to put all your chips to the table and say, awesome, I'm letting it run. Reason being is because if I were to tell you right now, right, this ad, it was actually bringing in leads for about, what was it? $1.20, right? Which is ridiculously freaking low. So this is like, it's kind of like the stock, you can kind of say. So in the beginning, I had this ad running when I was looking for my audience. I knew that this ad copy, right, with this video was catching a lot of attention. So I knew that I found something that catches people attention. That's the first thing you want to split test. What catches people attention? What stops people from scrolling, right? At the moment that you find that, you're golden. That's when then you move on to find your audience. I'll show you guys how to do that in a minute. But at the moment that I found this, that works good after quite a bit of split testing you guys have seen back here, right? Like these were all that same ad. Bam, 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 right? Split testing. I have 551 ads that I've created, right? It's a lot of split testing, right? And split testing of small little things. Now, you guys I already know how to do all that. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to actually already get close to, the winning ad, right? But with that said, this one as well, I think it's like the same thing. But this is a longer, like a shorter one, but pretty much to split test that as well with the same video. So I did a lot of split testing, right? So with that said, you always want to split test first your ad copy and your image or video. Once you find what catches people attention, then you want to find your audience, right? So with that said, in the ad copy, you never want to write an actual date, right? Or you could keep it generic. Like if you want to put like rush on people and say this will end, you don't want to put like this will end on the 17th of October, right? Because past the 17th of October, you can't use that anymore. But if you actually want to put rush on it, you put like this offer will end at the end of this week, right? Now that's very generic, right? So that can always consistently run. I see Matthew, like he's already kind of like getting it, like, I can use that, right? That's the cool thing about this, right? So with that said, you want to use this template, and I'll definitely send it over to you guys. This is the most powerful thing that has been working extremely, extremely well for me. Now, I'm not saying that each and every single one of these have to be there, right? Like the awesome thing, absolutely. The credibility, that one, if you're able to add it, great. If you're having a ad copy like this one that I just showed you guys, I didn't have the credibility over there, but because I was already positioning myself as an authority figure, right, you can kind of say, but kind of like showing them the actual facts of the whole thing. I didn't talk about the CEO movement at all, if you guys have noticed. So for example, that one was not really there, right? So I'm not saying all of these have to be there, but at the moment that you use this and you have it, like whenever you have to create an ad copy, you can even have this like typed out above, and in the bottom, you can actually start typing out your ad copy, right? And at the moment that you're done, you could just either take off the bullet point, like I've already put that, right? I got to put the awesome thing, bam, call to action. I already put that, right? Just so you know which one you've added and which one you haven't. Small little example that just clicked in my head right now, right? So with that said, this will definitely increase like your likelihood of getting or of attracting your audience. This one always has to be with a bullet point, because you always want to be sincere. You want to be like human. You want to be you. This is the thing. You don't need to be flashy. You can kind of say like, oh, this is exactly how you can actually earn $1 million here, $1 million. No, it's like, just be you. Just, you're on an entrepreneurial journey. Allow your journey to inspire others, because when you do that, you will attract people that are most likely like you. And when you work with people that are like you, dude, that's when the fun begins, because you know that you have people that are just as fired up as you are. Because if you're working with people that you're actually, this is the perfect example. Then we'll move on to the next stuff and stuff. I hope you guys are getting value out of this. You guys getting value so far?
Awesome. Yes, sir.
Awesome. You guys rock. Love to hear that. So with that said, if you guys create an app, right? I'm sure you guys have seen this many times, where people are flashing out money. They're flashing out like whatever. They're like, oh, I just earned, like they're throwing like literally cash, right? Guess what audience they're going to find? It's like, oh man, I want to get money quick. Let me actually learn more. I personally don't like to work with people like that, because those are people that they want results immediately. Like, oh, I'm creating this ad right now. Tomorrow, I already want to be a millionaire. You know what I mean? I don't want to attract that audience in my business. I want to attract audience like you guys that are ready to put in the work, that small work that is literally like laid out, like super, super simple, that you know that by you being authentic, you will bring authentic people in your business, and people that are just like you guys that are fired up to get shit done. You see what I mean?
Right.
That's the excitement and the beauty of this game. So with that said, you're being authentic with your ads. You're pretty much showing what is possible, and how pretty much at the CEO movement, we've simplified everything so that at that point, people that plug in, they don't have to create all the tech work themselves. They don't have to call people or make phone calls or do all that extra work or whatever that people actually do to attract an audience, because it's automatically automated for them. And at the moment that you actually show that, people are gonna start engaging with your ads and start engaging with you, right? That's what you want, pretty much. So with that said, do you guys have any questions?
No.
Awesome. So with that said, as far as the ads, I've already pretty much talked with you both as far as like the ad budget, like what you guys have in mind to start with your business. That's a personal thing that you guys have, right? What the ad budget actually is. Now, I did write over here time or money, because as you guys know, when you're starting your business, you either use your time. That's the thing that will entail you to actually go out and, I'm not saying message people, absolutely not, but provide value to other people, to what they're currently doing, so that they actually catch the curiosity to want to learn more about who you are, right? That's like investing your time for someone that doesn't have like a budget or whatever. But for you guys that have your budget and you're using your money to allow your business to grow, at this point, all you have to do is just simply run those ads, and I'll show you guys how to actually track them, so that when you know that you're bringing in good leads, great leads, you can actually up the budget to bring more leads into your business. Now, this one, I want you guys to pay very, very close attention to. Remember when I said when I was split testing, I was getting about $4 leads or $4.50 or something like that, which that's great, because if you can find anything under $5 is the market average, right? So for example, big companies, if they find ads at $5, they're putting in like thousands of dollars per day, because of course that's a low ad cost. We'll show you how to actually get better than that, right? So for example, you want to know, and you want to write these numbers down, that at the moment that you reach 100 leads in the long term, and I'm saying in the long term, I'm not saying that every 100 leads that you get, you're going to get a sale, but in the long run, for every 100 leads, you will be getting a sale, right? Long run. You might get it like within your 30 leads, right? And you get a sale. And then of course you get another after like 60 or 70 leads that you get another sale. And then the next one will be when you reach like 300, and it evens out the number, right? But for every 100 leads that come through, you're automatically going to, in the long run, get an actual sale, right? So for example, if I was getting leads at $4, right? Let's just round up the numbers. Let's just say that I was getting leads at, let's just say instead of $4.50, I'll just put $5 leads, and I wanted to actually get, I need 100 leads, right? Of course, I'm split testing in the beginning, but my budget on those leads are like, whoa, I hear a lot of back noise. Sorry. Awesome, Chino. I saw you muted yourself. Thank you. So with that said, you need 100 leads, right, in order to actually get that sale. In the beginning, you're split testing. So you're split testing with $5, $10. You're not going crazy on your budget. Chino, I'm so glad that I actually told you that, because Chino was ready to like literally put $100 per ad. I was like, no, we got to split test first. Awesome. So with that said, you want to split test. Like me personally, in the beginning when I got started, right, way back in the day, I had 3 ads running each and every single day. $5 per ad, not too crazy, right? Which actually was a budget of $450 per month, right? So $5 per day, $15 per day, you times that by 30, then at that point it's like $450. So I knew that I would have each and every day, that was my goal, to have always 3 ads running. So I was split test. I'll show you guys how to split test, right? But I was looking for my winning ad. In the beginning, I had $5 leads, right? This was another ad, but I'm going to use this one as an example. So I knew that by using the math, $5 times 100 leads that I wanted to get, right, equal to $500. Now, this is still a huge profit if you think about it, because if you were to actually get a sale at $500, yes, you've invested $500, but you've earned, like at the moment that they actually get started, when they get started with a trifecta, you will earn $1,160. So you're still profiting $560 on your first sale, right? And not only that, but you also have a team member now, which their ads are equivalent to yours. So when they're running ads, guess what? Those sales will actually be for you as well. So that's why in the beginning, you really want to push yourself to get that new team member. But what I'm actually going to be showing you guys is that, remember what then I said that I found that winning ad, that I found what worked with the ad copy, the video, and all that good stuff. And I actually brought down the lead at $1.20, right? I upped the price like freaking crazy on that, right? Reason being is because, let's do the math, $1.20, right? As you guys already know, I'm going to just have it as a visual over here, times 100. For every $120 that I would invest, I would get a sale. Now, does it or does it make sense to actually, of course, at the moment that you have a winning ad, to up your budget over there, right? 100%. That's why in the beginning, you're looking for that winning ad. And as soon as you find it, your whole entire monthly budget should be added onto it. Because at that point, it's like the stocks, if you think about it, right? If the stocks are going good, right, that they're actually going, like, if they're going bad, let's just say, if they're going bad, that they're not really worth that much, guess what? That's pretty much the time to actually, yes, buy so that you can actually stack it up, right? That's what you're doing with your split testing. If you're actually just looking for that winning ad, you want to actually get those ads so that you can kind of like split test, get as many ads as you can, right? But at the moment that you find that winning ad, just like the stock market, if the stocks are actually really, really good, that they're like, the value has gotten extremely high, right? What happens? You actually just pretty much sell it so you can actually get your gain at that point, right? The same thing with your ads. If you see that your ad is going good, it's pretty much the opposite a little bit, but you guys get the example. If your ads are going really, really good, right, then at that point, that's the time to actually buy, because you buy, like you up the budget, because you're like, screw the $5. I found what works best. If you have $500 per month, right? And let's say you're in the middle of the month, right? Guess what? You have a remaining budget of $250, right? So with $250, you know that you will already get pretty much 200 leads, 230 leads, somewhere around there, right? So with 230 leads, you want to get them immediately instead of waiting, and then maybe like 3 days later, the price is going to go up again, right? That's how it is. It goes up and down, up and down. But if you find that winning ad, I had this ad running for 3 months straight at, I think the highest that it got was like $3, which, come on, at $3, I'm still getting like, with $300, I get 100 leads, right? The numbers don't lie. So the numbers are pretty much there. So with that said, that's how pretty much it works with budget, right? Now I'm sharing this with you guys because I don't want to tell you guys like, oh, this is easy. All you got to do is just run your ad and you will bring leads and you will make a sale. I'm more for facts. I'm more for numbers. I love numbers because numbers don't lie, right? So this is the thing. At the moment that you know your numbers, you know what to expect, right? You can predict the future just by seeing these numbers, right? When you're split testing and you're running your ads, you can actually see if you're bringing in leads, great. You can focus on that. You can focus your attention to actually see if leads are coming through, so that at that point, you're able to know what the ad cost is and what you can expect from that, right? So if you have like ads coming in at $6, $7, that's not worth your time because you know you can find better. That's still part of your split test. So at that point, you change one variable at a time so that you can actually find that winning ad, right? So do you guys have any questions about that?
No, makes sense.
Sweet.
So
Awesome.
now I know not to put $100.
Not yet, but you will eventually. Believe me, it gets extremely exciting, especially when you have like all the leads coming through. Absolutely. So now we're going to be talking about split testing, right? I'm going to be showing you guys best way to actually split test. So let's go over here, Ads Manager. Now, I'm going to be creating an ad. You guys already know pretty much how to do this. Awesome. So in the beginning, you want to focus mostly on conversions. All the other stuff is not needed for now. Me, currently, I'm running different kind of ads because at this point, I'm already to the point where I already have my audience. So I'm pretty much focused to engage with them, to bring them to actually learn more through the actual, of course, everything else that is needed so that they can actually convert after. These are new strategies that we learned at the CEO Movement Live event, which will be passed on to you guys soon enough once I actually test them out for myself first. But for now, let's focus on what works, right? Extremely well so that you guys can already bring in leads, which is with conversions. You just click on conversions. You guys already know this. You've seen the videos, right? I always like to put something positive over here, right? So like I told you guys, I love numbers, right? And numbers never lie. So I would just put something like data is king. There we go. Bam, bam. So you want to have data from Facebook most of all, because one thing that I can actually share with you guys, and the reason why I put this name for you guys right here is because the more your ad is running, the more the pixel learns. And the more the pixel learns, the easier it will become to get those leads, right? But for you guys that you're just starting off, I'm actually going to have something even better for you guys. One ad away from a 10K month. Bam. That's the reality. Remember what I told you guys, that at the moment that you find that one winning ad, it could run for freaking months and months. You're always one ad away. Always keep that in mind. Just one ad away. Always split test so that you can actually find your winning ad. So the best way to split test, and I'm glad I'm recording this, right over here, it says A/B test your creative placement, blah, blah, audience and delivery optimizer. Facebook has just released this about a couple of months ago and has made it extremely simple to split test. This is the best way to do it. All you have to do is just click A/B testing. And I am recording this, so I am going to be sending this out to you guys. You click continue. Once you're here, right? Now over here, it does have web class view. Yours will have just lead. I am going to change it to lead because I just have multiple fan pages, right? And where is it? Bam. So with that said, where is it? That one, oh, this one is great. I guess I'm using a fan page that I'm not running ads from there. But anyways, this is just an example. So variable, this is it right here. What do you want to test, right? So the moment that I ask you, what do you want to test? You actually just put the audience in the beginning, not audience, the creative. Because remember in the beginning, I said you want to split test mostly your, oh yeah, you said something, Matthew? Oh, sorry, your mic went off. I thought you wanted to say something. My bad. But cool. So pretty much what you want to do is split test the creative, right? And this is pretty much the last one that we have, and then I'll be sharing the content on the fan page. That one is super simple, like 5 minutes. But all right, so the create. Oh shoot, Chino, I remember that you said that you had to go at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, it's all right. This is more important.
All right, cool, bro. Awesome. So I just remembered right now. I saw 5:11. I'm like, oh shoot, it's 6:11 over there. All right, so
I'm already late. Don't worry about it.
Oh shoot, man. I'll wrap this up real quickly. And if you do have to go, no worries. It is recording, so you will have access to that as well. I'll send that over to you. But cool, bro. Thank you so much for that. I'm glad that I'm providing value. It means a lot. So with that said, right now, you want to start with the creative. The creative is pretty much the ad. So the creative is pretty much the ad copy and the ad image or video. So you want to split test that first, right? Because all of this will come after, right? This, you want to keep it broad in the beginning, because at the moment that you're keeping it broad, you're able to pretty much focus on your ad image and ad copy, so that you're just sending out your message being broad, right? And seeing what stops people from actually scrolling. That's the most important thing. You want to find what people actually like and get attracted to with your ads, right? At the moment that you find that, that's when you do the same split testing, but this time you do it with your, where was it over here? Instead of creative, you'll split test the audience afterwards, right? In the beginning, you want to find what stops them from scrolling. As soon as you know that, then at that point, you can actually look for your perfect audience, because you know what catches people's attention already. So with that said, the broad ad that you want to send out, me personally, I target United States and Canada, right? That's all. That's pretty much, I just go United States, Canada. I keep it broad in the beginning. The age, if you want to keep it broad, excuse me, you don't want to leave it at 18 and 65 and plus. Reason being is because people from 18 to 21, they're not quite ready as to kind of like getting started with a business, online business or whatever. You have some of them absolutely that they are, and they are extremely successful, right? But you don't want to focus all of your attention to 18 years old, 19 years old, or 20 years old, because yes, you'll be getting a lot of leads, but they're not really like quality leads that they're able to actually get started. At least not all of them. Even if we do have a 19-year-old kid that he actually became very successful with the Magic, of course. You guys know him. His name is Kevin. You might have seen him in the CEO movement group. But with that said, also, so from 21, you want to start at least a minimum of 21. 65, absolutely not, because as well, the older somebody gets, right, already like close to 50 or so, and this again, it varies, because we have like, for example, Richard Barker, right, which of course he's a bit on the older side, but he still has that entrepreneurial mindset. So I'm not saying that you got to exclude all of them, absolutely not. But what I'm saying is that you don't want to focus your attention on people that are 45 older than 45, because most likely they will not be interested, or they will be very, very skeptical, because they have the mindset of you just got to work your ass off and then earn a living, and hopefully you'll be able to retire, right? No, absolutely not. We're looking for the like-minded people, right? So with that said, a range of already 25 to 45. Now, I'm not saying you have to have 21, 45. I'm just saying, like, at the moment that you stay within this range, it's already like your audience is in here. Now you have to find yours, right? You could put here like 21 to 40, 23 to 40, or whatever you wish. I'm just kind of like telling you this is pretty much the basic. Over here, gender. In the beginning, for your first ads, when you're split testing, leave it all. Because again, you want to just send your ad out there, and you want Facebook, with the data that it will give you, right, to show you who's actually converting. If it's mostly men, if it's mostly women, right, at that point, you'll be able to duplicate that ad and then just split test it by sending it only to the audience that Facebook is already telling you that is converting, right? That's how you know that you're getting your best results for the money that you're investing, right? Now, language, you always, no matter what, you want to put English. Reason being is because you want your ad to go towards people that know and speak the language of like what you're either speaking on your on your ad video, or that you're even like that they're reading, right? Really important, because if you don't have this, then it'll go to a lot of people that don't even speak English, and they don't have a clue of what you're saying, and you're just wasting money, right? We don't want you to do that. So that's why you want to actually always have English over here, really important. And down here, we can scroll down. Awesome. So detailed targeting, right? This one. Now, this one's actually really, really fun, because over here, you can do whatever you wish, but I'm actually going to be showing you how to actually be sure that you're targeting entrepreneurial minded people, right? Now, the thing is this, with what we have to offer, with what you have to offer, with what you guys have to offer, you can target anyone. Like the example that I was giving you before, skydivers or people that play golf or whatever, right? Everybody's looking for time freedom, financial freedom, and location freedom. That's what you guys are pretty much offering, right? So with that said, at the moment that you actually target somebody, now I don't want you to just target like Coca-Cola and golf. Those are like it has nothing to do with entrepreneurship, right? But at the moment, for example, if you're targeting, let's just say like hiking, let's just say, right? Hiking. You don't want to just put like hiking trails or hiking boot. You do have like a big audience, but if you, for example, you wanted to use like become a bit more specific or whatever, you could put even like hiking trails, right? Small little example by being like very broad, right? But also at the moment that you have like hiking trails, small little example, but you want to narrow it down to say, how can I find like entrepreneurial minded people that like to hike, right? Well, then at that point, it becomes super simple, because you could just click where it says narrow audience, and you can put something like, you guys, I don't know if you are reading it yet, Think and Grow Rich, the book.
Not yet.
But you guys heard of it?
Yes, I have.
Awesome. So like, for example, if you put Think and Grow Rich here, right? Think and Grow Rich, right? You know that within this, right, you have a, let me see if it shows. No, it doesn't show the exact, awesome, but it should be still good. Awesome. Because usually it kind of like shows you over here the actual number, but since we're testing, it doesn't really show. But you know that, like, for example, if you're targeting people that like hiking, right, but that also, this is what you're telling Facebook, I want to target people that like hiking, but that also have to like Think and Grow Rich, right? At the moment that you're doing that, you're separating people that just simply like hiking, right, from people that also like Think and Grow Rich. But that's a small little example, right? You could do this with anything, right? If I wanted to actually target, for example, even just travel, right? A more common one. Now, the more common it is, the more competition you'll find there, and it'll be like a bit harder to pretty much get a lower cost ad. That's why you want to really create something that is more unique. Instead of just having like travel, at the moment that you start adding over here, like you narrow it down, and you even put like, for example, one that I really, really like is from the book, The Code of the Extraordinary Mind, right? You guys might have not heard of that book yet. It's from Vishen Lakhiani. And I even put an author. If I even put an author name, right? If I were to put Vishen Lakhiani, see if I can spell his name right. Vishen Vishen Lakiani, here he is, right? Now, if I have like travel and Vishen Lakiani, and I'm actually putting an author's name, then at that point it becomes very specific towards a particular audience, right? Or Rich Dad, Poor Dad, I can even put the actual book. I'm sure you guys have heard of that one. Now, these are small little examples. You guys can put, like, for example, if another thing that you could do, if your audience is too small, right, and you're thinking like, oh, well, I need a bigger audience, right? At the moment that you put one and you already click on suggestions, it will already give you all the things that are similar to the first thing that you've already added over here. So that one is super, super simple. So like for example, if I wanted to put like a travel, I'll add tourism, right? If I want to put like frequently traveled as well. Airbnb is one that actually worked really, really well for me. One thing that I can tell you guys is that, for example, if you like travel, tourism, this could be like very broad. But at the moment that I actually target people that like Airbnb, I'm already being more specific, right? Because I'm like, I want to target just people that like Airbnb. And I know that if people like Airbnb, that is simply because they like to travel. That's the only reason why you actually would use Airbnb, right? So that's like a small little golden nugget there. Now, with that said, you could do the same thing over here, right? If you want to put like Gary Vaynerchuk, right? And you're like, well, who else can I actually target that is very similar to him? All you have to do is just click suggestions, and it'll give you Grant Cardone, Rich Dad Poor Dad, Tony Robbins. You see all that stuff that is related to Gary Vee. So it's extremely, extremely powerful. Again, your audience, you don't want it to be more than 3 million. If you have an audience bigger than 3 million, you're being way too broad at that point, right? You want to keep it like 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. That's already the max. That's it. You don't want to go over that, right? And you'll see that over here on the right side, right? Your potential reach, 13 million. That's because I added travel and tourism. That's already a lot. But if I were to actually take off tourism, at this point, it'll bring it down to still 13 million. At that point, I just have to become a bit more specific with who I have here. If instead of Gary Vaynerchuk, I would actually put Rich Dad Poor Dad, since that is actually a book and not an actual author, the most likely, exactly, 1.1 million. Perfect. Already as it is, right? And I can already pretty much target that. Small little example. So with that said, and then at this point, once I actually have this, I can actually leave this right now. I scroll down, right? And that's it. You want to put it on edit. Like for now, you definitely want to have it on edit placement. You want to have it running only on Facebook and Instagram. You could take all this other stuff out. You don't need it right now, right? Right column, you don't need that. You don't need this. I'll show you guys how to use this on future strategies. But for now, you just want to show it where it catches people's attention, which is on the actual news feeds, right? So in-stream, no. Instant articles, no. Instagram, audience network, you don't want that. And Messenger. Now, not all of your ads will be able to actually run on Instagram. That is fine. But the ones that do, let them run there too, because it's on Instagram's news feeds. And even if you have checked stories, not all of them will go on stories. And if it can't, Facebook will automatically just take that off for you. You don't have to kind of like worry. Like, for example, if I'm going to be putting a video and I see the yellow triangle where it says this one cannot go on Instagram, I could just simply go back and take Instagram off, or just let it run, and Facebook will actually do it for me. But at the moment, I'll just kind of like leave it at that. And that's it. You're pretty much done. Over here, of course, you want to put your budget. The budget, what I suggest is, depending how many you're split testing, you want to calculate $5 for each. So for example, if I'm going to split test 3 things, right, I'm going to be putting a daily budget of $15, right? Because otherwise I'm not going to get enough data. And data, like I said, is king. The more data you get, the better. So if I'm split testing 2, then I could just simply put $10, right? $10 is good. I want to give $5 per ad because I want 24 hours. I want the ad to run for 24 hours. And in those 24 hours, I wanted to spend that $5 so that I can actually go back and actually take a look at it, right? Now, the cool thing about this split testing is that you can even put it that this will run for 4 days. This will run for 3 days, or how many days you actually want. I would recommend to let it run for like at least a minimum of 3, because that's how you know like to see, you're able to see like what's running best. You can even put that end the test date early, right? At the moment that a winning ad is actually found, so that Facebook automatically does that for you. You can have that checked, right? You can even put like, if I have that checked, I would definitely put it like at 4 or 5 days, right? And just kind of like take a look at it. You can turn it off at any time. You can turn it off yourself at any time, but you want to have pretty much a good amount of time for the ad to actually run, which is a minimum of 3 days, right? So with that said, you can already kind of like click continue. Oh, I have the video thing over here. And you can just click continue. So it'll tell you right here, right? Your ads will run for up to 5 days. You'll spend $50 in 5 days, which you're still in the budget, because if you think about it, $500, like you said that you want to spend that you want to go with the actual thing that it actually says with for the 9-day sprint. $500, you have 3 ads running. At that point, even if you're at $15 per day, you know that with $15 per day in 30 days, you'll spend $450. So you're totally like within that budget, right? So in 5 days, pretty much you're always on point with that. So if I were to check this off and check it back on, yeah, there you go. It updates and it says $75, right? $75 for 5 days. Pretty much if you do 75 times at that point, the whole amount, well, it's 5 days, but if you calculate with the 30 days, sorry, not 75, $15 per 30 days is the 450. So you're in that budget, right? So you click continue. And within here, this is where you start your split testing. So you can either have an ad image. If you want to actually test out with your ad image, at the CEO movement, we actually provide the actual internet's going slow because I got a lot of windows open. Let's just go CEO movement. Where is it? Let's just go directly over here. CEO movement official. You go in the file section. Now you can use these ad images, or you could just find them yourself as well on Google, right? I'll show you guys how. You scroll all the way to the bottom. I believe it's like one of the first ones that we had. Thailand ad images, Facebook and Instagram, right? You have this. You could definitely split test this one out, right? You can just see it'll load up. Perfect. You scroll over here. I'll go in the Dropbox, open that up, and you'll be able to have those, and you can be specific towards people that have current jobs, right? Job workers or whatever. I'll show you guys why. Because at the moment that you actually see over here, this is the PSD file. Don't click on the PSD one unless you have Photoshop. Otherwise, you won't be able to download it. But you just click on like these, and you'll be able to see what images. Like you can see how it actually remember when I said call out your audience? Over here, there you go. Accountants wanted to join our team, right? Click the image to learn more. Or all of these other ones, they're the same thing, like accountant. This one, I believe, is electricians. They're all pretty much different, right? All towards job titles, right? Or you can actually go on Google, right, and look for example, if you're looking to target people like travelers or whatever, right? And you want to like have an awesome image of like the beach, right? You could put like people having fun at the beach. No, I'm just kind of like just guessing or whatever. I should have put pictures, but it already kind of pretty much shows, right? Now you want to have like on your images, you want to have people actually having fun. You want to have people actually smiling as well, right? That's why like I believe this one worked extremely well just because of that. Because like you have like all of these guys. There's Rob, right? Rob, Nate, Rye, right? With all the people in here as well. Like everyone smiling, everyone having a good time. It catches people's attention on an image that is fully HD, really important, fully HD, nice colors, right? Because if it's all blurry, it's not going to catch people's attention, right? People are just going to continue to scroll over it, right? So at the moment that you're looking for an image here, right, and you actually see like people are either having fun, right? The image is nice and HD. If it has these things over here, these watermarks, don't even use that. That's like super ugly, right? But if you have something like simple as this, right? This is awesome. People having fun, you're just think of scrolling through your Facebook and you see this, like, whoa, what's going on over here? Is he throwing her, like, he's about to throw her or whatever, right? You're going to want to kind of like see, and I'm not saying that you have to use that, but it kind of catches people's attention, right? Look at this one, like bright colors, right? Now, of course, it has that watermark, absolutely not, but small little example, like you guys can definitely use this as well, right? Bam, something like that. If it's too small, then at that point when you upload it, it'll become like way too grainy or whatever. But you want to use something that looks authentic, right? If it's too photoshopped, that looks way too perfect, then definitely don't use that, right? But if it's something like this is actually a really, really cool one, right? People having fun, right? You see all these bowls, you see this guy with the champagne, you could totally like use this, right? You see what I mean? That's like the best thing that you can kind of do. It's just like the lifestyle. But something like this, for example, this one is cool. Yeah, you could use it. But if it's like way too perfect, I don't know if I would want to use that, because people will know that it's been like worked on way too much. Authenticity kind of like sells more than just something that looks way too professional. You see what I mean? And then, of course, once you guys build that lifestyle for yourself, that you're able to have your own images when you're traveling and all that stuff, definitely like use that, because that's you, right? If you can actually, if you have pictures of you that you're traveling and all that stuff, and you have something that can relate with your audience, absolutely awesome. Definitely use that. But I'm just sharing this with you to let you know that you're not limited towards like, oh man, I haven't done any traveling, so I can actually have my own picture or whatever. Absolutely not. You can.
Luckily, I have.
There you go, bro. There you go. I know that you've been traveling a lot lately, so absolutely, you could definitely use all those images, right? And just share your story at that point, your entrepreneurial journey. Now, one thing that Matthew is doing as well, when he's creating an ad copy, he sends it over to me. So Chino, feel free to do the same at any time so that I can review it. And since I know, like I told you, I split tested so many of those ads that at this point I pretty much know what catches people's attention and what not, right? So I can actually like edit it. I can create a video like I did for Matthew, like pretty much editing the things. And Matthew, was it or was it not valuable when I actually just created that video that you were able to know pretty much why I changed certain things?
It was perfect, so I could actually focus on what's to work on and what not to work on.
Absolutely, and that's the thing, because I don't just want to like edit it and send it over to you guys, say like, all right, copy and paste and you're good to go. I like to actually create that video so that at the moment that you receive it back and you have the video and you're viewing it, and I tell you and I explain why I edited certain things, you're like, okay, that makes sense, and you can use that for the next time when you're actually creating a new ad copy. You see what I mean? So you're learning how to actually implement that as well. So definitely feel free at any time that you have an ad copy that you're creating, just copy and paste it and send it over to me, right? It would be better that you copy and paste it, because I had a couple of guys before that they would type it out and they would take a screenshot. I'm like, oh man, I'm not going to be typing out everything. So that's why I messaged them like, copy the whole thing, paste it so I can copy and paste it, and then I'll be editing the whole thing. So keep that in mind. So awesome. So with that said, you can use these images as well. And if you have images yourself, definitely use that. But just to let you know, you're not limited to you having to travel, especially in the beginning. If you want to use the ones that we have over here at the CEO Movement, great, right? You could just go ahead and just take these if you're targeting a particular job, right? Just use these as well. They definitely have worked really, really well. And yeah, that's pretty much all I had to share towards that. You guys have any questions?
No.
Awesome.
Good.
Awesome. So the last thing, this will be for the content on your fan page. This one will be like simply like 5 minutes long, right? So not even less than that, because honestly, the content that you put on your fan page is pretty much you. I've covered it yesterday when we were on the 30-day fast track group, right? The content on your fan page is pretty much you expressing yourself of who you are as an entrepreneur. You want to keep it towards who you are. You also want to pretty much give a nice spark to your fan page by pretty much entertaining people as well with your journey, pretty much. I'm not saying entertaining by being like a freaking clown on the fan page. Absolutely not. But what I'm saying is that your actions within your business inspire others. So either if you are, because you're going to always be reading. If I haven't covered this, you always want to read each and every single day. You want to listen to a podcast each and every single day. You always want to be learning. And if you find something that inspires you, right, you can even just pretty much either do a quick story video, right, where it's like you add to your story on your fan page. Today was an awesome day. I'm reading this book and I just learned and I'm going to explain why you can actually implement this on your life as well, right? Bam, just like 15 seconds, 30 seconds or whatever. Have fun with that, right? Or if you want to type it out, you could definitely just create a post of like you holding the book. Like literally, you could just grab a book. Now I have my journal over here, right? Grab the book, take a picture, right? And just pretty much have like the post right there just written. Or if you don't want to put yourself right there on the camera, you can even have it on your desk, right? With the CEO movement in the background of your laptop and just kind of like take a picture like that and bam, just kind of like a quick thing of like 3-4 sentences or whatever, right? As well as mostly like really sit down and decide what are the 5 things that I want to share on my business, right? On my fan page, right? You can put like, I want to share about what are your passions, right? Like for example, I'll give my example of what I do, just kind of like let you guys know, and you guys will kind of like find your own, or even just like take something that you can use as well. Like on my fan page, I like to inspire people, right? So I want to have like inspirational quotes with inspirational images that you can as well go on Google to find, right? I want to actually share something about me, like for example, my lifestyle, right? What I'm doing, what I'm reading. That's the second one, right? What I'm reading, what I'm listening to, right? Videos as well, inspirational videos you can find, right? And most of all, like as well, the CEO movement, right? So those can be like 5 things already that you can actually have on your fan page. And at the moment that you have that like written down in front of you, in front of your laptop, you're like, right now, let me just post something about bam, this. Right now, let me post something about the CEO movement. Let me post like a win or something like that. You know what I mean? Let me post. You can also even like post we have it in the file section as well, the testimonials with all the images that already have like the CEO movement logo and all of that stuff. You could grab those images anytime and you could just share that story. And if you want to actually get in contact with that person, even better, because for example, if this loads up, let me see if I can find it. It's like becoming a bit slow, but let me see if I'll have to look for it and I'll send it to you guys after, right? There's also like targeting over here. Like we have a bunch of stuff over here, right? Budget, split testing, right? Story. I think this is it, maybe, or maybe not. Anyways, recommend the podcast. There's so much value in here. I highly recommend for you to come in here and check this out right away. But testimonials, I'll have to, I'll have to look for the link. Anyways, you guys have so many images that you guys are able to pretty much take yourself. And if you want to get in contact with the people that are within those testimonials, like for example, Mike Hill, and you just kind of like shoot him a message. He is super busy and a lot of people pretty much are, so always keep that in mind. But if you do want to pretty much know exactly what they have done and what you can actually write about them, you can get in contact with them like, hey Mike, I'm just looking to that was a small example, but there's so many people in there, right? That he's the first person that pops in my head because I'm kind of like chatting with him, masterminding with him every so often as well. But you could just tell him like, hey, Mike, I'm looking to just create a post about your journey. Do you mind if we get on a quick 5-minute call, or if we can just chat real quick so I can kind of like know more about you, right? You just kind of like ask a couple of questions, and guess what? You will have your story right there. You can write that, and then you can actually have that with his image, right, that you will find with the CEO movement logo and all that stuff that we already provide, and bam, you have that as well. You know what I mean? Like it's up to you guys what you actually wish to do. That's like testimonials are super powerful stuff that you can use that, right, for your content on your fan page, and that always stays there. Or you can even use it as an ad in particular. Like I'm actually working with them. You can just say who you're actually chatting with, and I got super inspired by his story. And guess what? This is the person that I'm actually learning from as well, right? That I'm actually growing my business from, or whatever. Small little example, right? But things like that really like build your business as well, because you're putting out content, you're always creating ads, and you're always pretty much being in front of your audience.
Awesome.
A lot of information, or what?
Yeah, that's a lot.
I know. Yeah, I should have probably broke this one down, but I just got like so much to share with you guys. But at least these are kind of like the main one. It's funny how you both had like your eyes wide open, like yeah. But awesome. So with that said, I did share a lot here. We've been on the call for like an hour and a half, but with all of this, let's take like some actionable steps that we can take right now, right? So your goals, you both want to reach 4A by the end of the 90-day sprint, right? Which is absolutely awesome. Right now,
Yeah.
you both have a budget that will allow you guys to actually get there. Right now, you're split testing. So you want to have your ads running at like $5 per day. The more ads you run right now, the better. If you have like completely different ads that you're running, it would be best to, well, right now, use this strategy, use this method, because at this point, you will be able to, where is it? I got to take this thing off. I got this, that, there we go. All right, perfect. Because at the moment that you have this going on, you're able to find your audience in the fastest way possible, right? And if you need to add like a third one, you saw what I just did, test another ad. You just click on that and it adds another one, right? Or if you want to just do two, bam, you take that off, delete ad, and it goes back to two, right? That's all. You want to use this so you can actually find your winning ad. Once you find your winning ad, you'll be looking for your audience. Now, I can send you guys over these templates if you guys wish, right?
Yes.
But I want you guys to use them as a template, right? So don't just copy and paste it. Absolutely not, because the moment that you copy and paste it, first off, it has my link, so you definitely want to make sure that to take these off right away. You see how I put HTTPS, www. That one just kind of makes it that much quicker. But you want to make sure that this as well, read it, and pretty much you can use this to begin with, right? Just definitely use it, but find something as well. I want you guys to find your own ad copy as well. I want to send this over to you guys so you can find something that already is working, but I want you guys to find something that is yours, uniquely yours. Reason being is because at the moment that you do so, you're able to communicate with your audience that much better. And I don't want to send this off to like everyone, because otherwise if everyone is copy and pasting the same ad copy, Facebook will catch on to that. You see what I mean? So you definitely want to make it yours, uniquely yours, right? By pretty much changing up a couple of words here and there. But right now, if you want to use this, definitely use this. But definitely make sure to always create new ad copies and send them over to me. I'll be more than happy to edit them, create a quick video for you guys, and send it over to you, right? But definitely use this. This one right here where it says we are currently seeking to mentor and coach men and women. This one was mostly for this ad, for this one. So you guys can use this as well, right? So that one was working extremely well for these ad images, right? Because you're calling out your audience on the ad and on the actual copy. If, for example, I wanted to actually target what's over here, mechanics, then at that point, guess what? I'll just change the word. We're looking to mentor and coach. Instead of men and women, I would just click mechanics. Of course, I will only target men at that point, because it doesn't make sense to target women, since there's a very little number of women actually being a mechanic, right? And I would just put in capital mechanics, right? Age, the same age that you actually have on the actual ad set, that you actually put on the ad set that you want to remember when you were over here or over here on the actual ad set. When you actually put an actual age, if you're being very specific that you're calling out your audience that way, then at that point it should be done properly, because you don't want to have on your copy that you're targeting I'm looking to mentor and coach 21 to 40, and over here you have 21 to 45, because at that point you'll have people like 43, 44 that they'll be like, well, what the heck, I'm not in that age group, that sucks. Whatever age you put here, that's what you actually put right there, right? The age right here. So that's being very specific. So with that said, I believe I've covered a lot today, right? But definitely feel free to message me at any point in time. Not only me, like in the private message within the group, because at that point I really want that group chat to consistently grow, right? And yeah, I really look forward to pretty much helping you guys in the best possible way. If you guys have any questions, right, I know that Patty is there right next to you, Chino. So if she has any questions as well, feel free to ask away, all of you guys. And yeah, it's definitely the best time to ask.
We're good right now.
Awesome, 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 guys.
Until I start working on it, then I'll probably have questions when I start working on it, and then I'll message you guys.
Sounds good. Sounds good. So with that said, the actionable steps that you guys can take, I'm gonna send this over. Excuse me. I'm gonna send this over to you guys. Definitely create your ads. I gotta create my ads as well. So as soon as I get off the call, I'm gonna be creating my ads also. And with that said, create the ads, create an ad copy. I would recommend to kind of like, it might be more work, but I would recommend for you guys to create one ad copy per day, even if you're not gonna use it. Right? But just to kind of get the hang of it. Because as I always say, an object in motion stays in motion. And at the moment that you become like repetitive with what you're doing, then it becomes so simple that it becomes fun. Because at the moment that you start typing, you automatically like have the perfect ad copy each and every single time. Right? So
Understandable.
totally. So right now I'm going to be sending this off to you guys. And yeah, looking forward to seeing what you guys come up with. And looking forward to seeing you guys' business grow.
Awesome. It's gonna grow too. We're gonna get there.
Oh, for sure. Hey, as I said, you're always one ad away from a 10K month. Like literally, all you have to do is just find that winning ad. Once you find it, like I showed you guys, once you see leads consistently coming through, at that point you just up the budget. You're bringing in more leads at a cheaper price, but that are valuable. And that's when your business really grows. That's when your sales consistently comes through. And that's when you're able to pretty much share the wealth and health with other people that are aligned with your vision and your goals as well. Right?
Right.
Awesome. So I'll let you guys go for now so you can create your ads. Feel free to message like within the group chat whenever you guys have a question, and looking forward to seeing you guys' first ads.
Okay.
All righty.
Bye for now, guys. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, Rob.
Bye.
See you, Rob.
Take care, Matthew.
Bye,
Bye.
Matthew.
Hey guys.